Hello everyone and welcome to what is definitely the final part of this mezzanine bed deck videos. This is the fourth one, so if you watched the earlier ones, thank you very much. The final job here is to fit a staircase. I mean, it's sort of like a lofty staircase, not a full staircase. It was cheaper for the customer to actually source this offline. I think it was less than £200, so I couldn't have bought the timber and made it for that. So it's all sort of come. It's pretty basic, but it will serve the purpose really well. So what I'm going to do here is basically show you how I'm going to just cut this to height and then put it all together and stick it up. There's a couple of handrails that go up the outside as well, so it's pretty basic, as I said. So as you can see, this string here is made for a much higher opening, I think 2.6 maybe, and obviously we're only gone up to about sort of whatever that is, 2.1, 2.2. So what I've done here to get it so that I can take a measurement to cut it is I've got my level here and made sure that where these treads are, excuse me, made sure that where these treads are is level, so that gives me the right pitch of the stairs. Then simply what I've done is measured, I'll just try and go up here. It's pretty simple stuff, sorry if it's super simple. I basically measured from what's going to be the finished floor level here up to the top of the string. That top is exactly the same rise as the rest of them, so that top will be flush with the top of this edging here. What I'll probably do is just cut this little section out of it on the top so it fits flush. So I've taken that measurement there, it's 5'10" in this instance, and then simply because we know that the string is in the right pitch and the treads are level, we can just literally measure up 5'10" from the floor, and I've put a mark there. So we'll cut that. What I'm going to do is probably just leave it a few mil long just to start with, just in case the carpet might compress a little bit or anything. And once I'm happy with that, cut that notch up the top, I can basically do the same with the other string, assemble the whole thing together, and then just put the handrails on each side. So I'm going to get on with that. I probably won't show too much of it because I don't think it's going to be that interesting, but yeah, final part, let's get going. So probably going to leave it a good 10 mil longer than that line I put on, just because, I don't know, I'd rather it's 10 mil long and trim it off than 10 mil short and the treads be out of level. So ear defenders before I do anything, right there. I literally can't, everything's loud unless I put my ear defenders on. That's what happens when you get used to wearing them. It's a great habit to get into, and I'd encourage anybody to have a go with ear defender for just 1 week and see how you feel at the end of it. Just go 10 mil there. Right, that's that bit done. So now I'm just going to cut that little notch out the top, like I said, for that nosing. So I'll do that now. Sharpen the pencil up for this one. Super point on it. I've cut a tiny little bit of that edge, the capping, so I'm just going to draw around it. Make sure I get it the right way. Beautiful. Just draw around that now. Lovely. That's it. Cut that bit out there now. What should I get for that? Bit of handsaw and then bit of jigsaw maybe. No, I've decided to keep it real. I'm going old school, handsaw, coping saw.
Just round that last little bit out there. My arms going the right way,
There we go. How's that? Beautiful. Right. Let's go and try this, see how it fits. So I've just nipped upstairs to check it, and you know, I know I was perhaps being a bit overly sensitive putting that extra 10mm on, but I've got a weird little bit of, I don't know, brain fog, but just feel like I'm not firing on all cylinders today, so I'm being extra careful to make sure that I don't make any mistakes. So it's only one little trip up into the bedroom to check it, and I now brought it back down, and I will go to my original measure line. You know, better to be on the safe side, isn't it, than make a mistake and basically have to do something else to get over it, or even render this ladder useless. So I'll trim that up, and then I can transfer this marks onto the other string, and then we can start to look at putting it together and getting it in. Let's double check that's right. Yep. Right, so now it's come time to fit the treads. It's really simple here. They just fit in this housing, look, and screw in. The instructions have said that it's just one screw in the middle, but I think that's a bit stingy. So I think what I'm going to do is put a pair in. If you just put one in the middle, there's technically nothing to stop these strings from cupping once they sort of get warm and start to shrink. So I don't think I'm going to be breaking any rules to put two in. So what I'm simply going to do to make them so they're all in the same place, I've got a couple of treads spare, obviously, because we cut some off these strings. What I'm going to do is quickly is I've cut a small sliver here, just going to mark in each end, drill a couple of holes, and I can put that in every one and drill down in through it, and then we know that's basically a jig again, isn't it? So it means that all the holes will be in the right place and they'll look neat. So I'll just get on with that, drill all those, and then we can start fixing these in. Again, it doesn't say whether these need to be glued or not, so I can't see the harm in putting a bit of glue on the end of them, so I think I'll glue them as well. Yeah, so got my little jig now. And what I've done, although I've marked it from the top here, what I'm going to do is turn that upside down, because when I'm not using a pillar drill or anything to drill these, and when you drill them in, the drill could go a bit wonky, and which would translate to making these ones out. So I always put the side that I've drilled it from when I'm making little jigs like this, I always put that down, so then that gets it more accurately where the hole wants to be. Easy as that. A bit tight, that one. Right. I'll just do all of those. I won't film it because it'll be pretty much boring. One other quick thing I will say is I'm going to make sure that when I drill these through, I do it with something behind it. I'm on my stalls in this instance, otherwise I think if I just let the drill blast through, it could end up splitting this grain out quite badly, and you'll see that. So yeah, just I'll turn the stalls the other way to do the length of them, but yeah, once you put it through, because it's got like a backer board on it, you don't get too many splits there. Just a little tip. Right, they're all drilled out, got my treads here. Let's make a start putting them in. I think it's going to be nice and easy to stack them in, glue them and stack them in this one, and then the fun's going to be when I turn this one upside down and try and stick it on the top to try and get them all lined up. But let's have a go. It shouldn't be too difficult. Put a bit of glue. I'm not going to go mad on the glue. Just put some in the bottom of the housing, I think. That'll be all right. Just every little helps, I suppose. Right, remember to pick the best side at the top. There we go, lovely. What I might do is, yeah, let's just keep going. This side at the top. And the housings are slightly bigger, so I don't know whether to centralise it or push them forward. I think I'll push them forward so it looks better on the front. Yeah, I think I'll do that. That's it. Now for the fun part, let's angle that camera. There we go, look. Let's see what fun we can have trying to line that up. Not going to put glue on the top of here because I could end up getting it all on the string, so I'm going to put it on the string, not too much, and hope it doesn't leak out everywhere. Here we go. Now for the fun part. So that's the top all screwed on. I know we've got a couple of screws in the bottom here now, so I can flip it over and this bottom string won't fall off. Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah. That's in all the way. We screw that whole thing up now. Right. I'll screw these down here. It'll be like the 100 screw challenge I did for my 100th video. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. It was a bit of fun. So let's just get those screwed up. I'll speed it up so it looks like I'm really fast. Here we go. That's it. Stop the clock. Right, that's all in. What we can do now is get it up into the bedroom and see about fixing it, and then all we've got to do is cut some handrails to be cut onto it, and some sort of newels, I suppose you call them, which screw on the side, which take the handrail. So let's get this up, get this fixed, and then we can get them done. So ladder fixing it absolutely perfectly. And what I'm going to do, I've positioned it so it's off the wall, maybe 3 inches. We've got this handrail and newels to go on the side of here, so that's absolutely worked in there a treat. So what I'm basically going to do, it does show some awful metal angle brackets to fix this, but what I'm actually going to do is drill through this end. Well, I suppose it's a trimmer now, isn't it, whatever you call it. I'm going to drill through that and fix through the back. I think it will make a nicer fixing. It'd be a real shame to put horrible ugly brackets up there. So yeah, we'll get that done, and then it's just these handrails to finish off. Looks really good so far though. Quite a nice pitch. It is stairs rather than a ladder, so it's quite civilised actually. Cool. So that's in. Really nice and solid. As I said, I've put some big 5x100mm screws through this trimmer into the strings here, so it's not going anywhere. I perhaps would like to actually get maybe a fixing down into the floor here, just because I'd like that to be a bit more stable. But anyway, it works perfectly in there, and I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to speak to the customer. I'm not 100% sure whether we need the handrails up there. It's it's not a set of stairs you're going to come down forward. So I think as you go up, you sort of naturally just a bit more like a ladder. So I'll have a word with the customer and see what they want. Their little girl's going to sleep up there, so maybe they do want a handrail on, just on the safe side. But anyway, looking really good. levels here. Let's just have a little check to make sure, see where we are, if we're somewhere close. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, not bad at all, so happy with that. I mean, actually, when you stand down on that carpet compresses a bit, but I mean, that's well within tolerance, so yeah, that worked out all right, didn't it? Like they say, measure twice, cut once. Right, everyone, it's all done. Sorry, I didn't show many details, because to be honest, it's one of those days I just wanted to get here, get my head down to make sure I got all this wrapped up in a day. So I'll just quickly run you through the finished article, tell you what I've done. So as I said earlier, got the stairs in. Sorry, I'm always out of breath. I'm just running up the stairs, you see. So got these steps in, really pleased with it actually. I think the customer said they're actually only £150, so no way I could have bought the materials and made them for that. So yeah, I think as I showed you, they're nicely fixed through the back here of this trimmer. And I mean, we had a discussion with the customer, and these actually come with a handrail that sticks up, sort of the two handrails up to sort of 800 or 900, but we really don't think it needs it, because you're never going to walk forwards down these stairs. You're only ever going to walk up them forwards and down them backwards. So having this little handrail in here, you see, I can just, you know, if I need to, you just put your hand on it. So yeah, all in all, really happy with that. Let me stand right back here. I know perhaps it's not the finest joinery in the world, but the customer wanted it simple. Simple means quick, and quick means a little bit cheaper. So you know, I'm thrilled with it, and obviously the little girl that's going to have this room is she's over the moon, as you can imagine. So I'll just quickly take you up, and as you can see here, look, the kids have already moved in a little bit. I mean, how cool is that? It's literally the coolest little zone, isn't it? So again, it's going to be carpeted in here. There'll be a bed up here. You know, absolutely brilliant, really. As I said, nice skylight there if it gets really hot in the summer. Open that up, lots of nice cool air. So yeah, overall, really happy. So that's that one done. That's only got to be carpeted now. I think there's an electrical feed in that corner, so there's some lights to go in here. And what I will do just quickly is I'll just briefly show you the one that I've done on the opposite of this, because this extension, I put the roof on this extension down both sides, put that stud wall in, and that was the extent of the carpentry for me on this job. So I'll just show you the one that's on the other side of this wall in the bedroom next door. So it's a much smaller room in here, but I think putting this mezzanine up here, and this room here is basically it's sort of 2.5 meters long that way, and obviously the same as the other one, it's only 2 meters that way, so there's not been quite the same amount of space. I did put this initially in the same height as the other one, but the customer said it's a little bit too high, which I understand, so we dropped it down a bit. I mean, this is only about 6 foot here. Again, this has already been fixed to the wall the same as the other one, so I think the customer's thinking about putting like a bookcase down in here, so that you know, you wouldn't walk in and smash your head on there. But I'm hoping I can catch a bit of it on the camera. But this is, again, there's not as much space up here. As you can see, this is the other side of that stud wall, but we put a Velux window in, and I still think it's an amazing little space up there. They've got a little boy that's going to have this one. It's exactly from the back to the front here is 1050, which is the size of his mattress, and it's 2 meters along there. Unfortunately, the same details as the other one, but unfortunately the ladder got delayed. So it's a shame, because I would have liked to have fitted the ladder. It's not a set of stairs like next door, it's just more of a sort of cabin style ladder. I think it's got a 70-degree pitch, so that should sit in there perfectly. So yeah, same thing again really. So absolutely amazing. You can't really get the additional space that it gives you, but basically, you know, this bedroom now, I don't want to show too much of the bedroom, obviously for the client's privacy, but you've got a part of the bedroom here, then this was the extension, so it just makes it so much better. But obviously you don't need a bed now, that bed can go. Under here can be, you know, desks, bookshelves, sofa, whatever. So every little boy's dream really, to have a raised bed like that, and I suppose the one next door is no different. So anyway, that's me done now. So I'm sorry that I split it into 4 videos, but I started videoing it. I really didn't want to condense it all down into just one 20-minute video, because I think there's some nice details that I've gone through, and I've really enjoyed it, and I hope you have too. So as always, thanks for watching.